What's going on, everybody? My name is Josie. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the new episode of 1923. So far, I'm enjoying the show. It is pretty fun and pretty great. The cinematography is fantastic and the writing is on point. But I thought this episode was okay. I thought it was fine for what it was. I didn't think it was overall great. There were some great things about this episode that I really enjoyed that we're going to be getting into. But before I get into my thoughts, I want to know your thoughts. Are you vibing with this show? Are you not? Go ahead and drop those thoughts in the comments below. I want to know how you are enjoying the show. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with my thoughts. Now this episode picks up exactly where the last episode ended, which I figured it was going to do, with Spencer being attacked by the cheetah, which I kind of had issues with it. I was not a big fan of the way that it was edited or the way that the cheetah looked, because it kind of reminded me of Cheetah from Wonder Woman 1994. And it just didn't look good, but aside from that, the attack was fantastic, and it played out exactly how I figured it was going to play out. I figured that he wasn't going to die. I think a lot of people figured that out as well. But what I enjoyed about Spencer in this episode is that he was a little bit more presentable. I really enjoyed him a lot more in this episode than the last episode, because you kind of saw a little bit more of a different dimension to him. I really enjoyed that they set up a really nice relationship between him and Alexandra in this episode. I thought it was fantastic, and at first I didn't know exactly how I was going to feel about that relationship. I wasn't sure if it was going to feel forced, but it actually did not feel forced, and you actually care about the relationship by the end of the episode, because Alexandra and Spencer are two different people. They come from two different walks of life. I think that's what makes the relationship a little bit more incredible, is that you have these two separate people that come from different walks of life coming together for this. And I think the adventure that they're going to be going on is going to be very fascinating. I really like the relationship between those two so far, and I'm really excited to see how it's going to bloom moving forward, because I didn't think that I was going to get invested in that relationship, but by the end of it, I actually wanted them to be together. I wanted to see them go off together. I was really heartbroken when it looked like it was going to happen, but by the end of it, I really enjoyed their presence, and I really am excited to see what's going to happen between these two moving forward. Going on to Jacob Dutton, the opening shootout in this episode was fantastic. The way that the camera looked, the way that it was shot, I thought it looked fantastic from a greater scope. You have these guys that are attacking Jack Dutton, and just the way that the viciousness that Harrison Ford portrays in Jacob in this episode is strong. You see that he has a really strong bond and love for his family. He will do whatever it takes to protect his family, and I really love that about this character, because you see that in the whole Dutton clan. Everything about this family is just basically tied in together. I really enjoyed that little campfire scene between Jacob and Jack in this episode. I thought it was not only sincere, quaint, and really profound, but it actually let us go into these characters a little bit more. It makes us get invested in these characters just a tiny bit more, and I really loved seeing that progression grow. Going into Kara and Emma, there wasn't a lot of screen time devoted to these two characters, but the one scene that they have in this episode was incredible. I really enjoy two characters just talking and talking more about life. And even though they don't get a lot of screen time in this episode, and I kind of wanted a little bit more from these two, I really enjoyed the conversation that they had. I really like that they're going about it the same way, and they just have this really nice quality to them. It was a really nice, just like the campfire scene, it was really nice, quaint, sincere. It really draws you into these characters, and that is what the writing for this show has been doing. It has been progressing, it has been getting better, it has been showing you these characters in a new limelight, and that is something that I'm going to be looking forward moving forward in this show, because so far, even though this episode was a bit of a step down from the last one, I really enjoyed the small intimate moments from this episode. Tiona just can't get a break from this fucking bitch, and I just really want Sister Mary to just, go down in the ground and just rot there for the rest of the life. The beating that Tiona gave Sister Mary in this episode was fantastic. I was there for it. I was rooting for my homegirl Tiona, and boy did it satisfy. I just wanted her to beat her to a pulp. That was very fascinating, even though it kind of did come back to bite her in the ass a little bit later. When Sister Mary goes down to Tiona when she's taking her bath, and that one sister is helping her. I thought before Sister Mary showed up and we had that sister, I really loved that scene. I thought it was profane. You felt the pain on her shoulders, and the way that Amina Neves plays that character, you feel her pain. You feel that she's trying to get out of this bad situation, and the fact that we had her auntie introduced in this episode, I just want her auntie to get her out of this boarding school so she can be in a better place, so she's not handling this type of abuse. But when Sister Mary shows up and she just beats Tiona just a little bit more so that she can get the message straight, that made me hate the character even more. I just want her gone. I said in the last episode that I don't think I can handle 8 episodes of Sister Mary, and I am still standing on that stance. I cannot stand this character. I want this character dead and gone. In the words of T.I., dead and gone is how I want Sister Mary. But for the most part, when there were characters in this episode that interacted with one another, it was fascinating. It was great. There were some slow moving parts here and there that really didn't capture my attention. But so far, this show has been pretty good. I really enjoyed the first episode. I really enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to see what episode 3 has in store for us, because I am just very much in love with these characters, and I really want to see how this whole progression is going to go. But those are my thoughts on the new episode of 1923. Are you guys vibing with the show? If you have made it this far, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to know what you guys are thinking about the show so far. And if you like this video, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on more 1923 recaps. We're going to be recapping this show every single Sunday, either early morning or at night. But I will be giving you guys my thoughts on it. So click that bell notification so you get notified when the video pops up for each episode. And we'll catch you guys on the flip side.